because I said the word grooming, so she must have known. So she thought, I'm going to take the absolute pee just beforehand and destroy myself.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that intro did not freak you out too much. I mean, that beady eye of Chris's, it's enough to kill anybody. But it was a lovely little rendition of Why I'm a Groom from Chris Ingham and how I destroyed my channel. I just love it. I love it. I love the honesty, if anything else, right? I love it. Right, so today we are going to talk all things Ingham. There's quite a few things I would like to discuss because they've been up to a few things recently and I haven't mentioned any of it. So, first up, we have the brilliant Christopher Ingham, who is back on one with his 0 to 10k a day. Absolute bargain of a book that he's trying to flog us, and it's not at all a lie. So let's see what he had to say in his little sales pitch. The ultimate guide to escaping the 9 to 5 in this powerful ebook combination bundle. This will never be this price ever again. The original of Escape the Matrix saw more than 2,000 copies sold in its first week. Oh my good god, wow, that must have paid for at least 2 holidays, right? It must have, that's what, 20 grand in the first week of its sales. The only problem with that particular claim is there's nothing to back it up, because I happen to know in the very first week of its existence, you sold a meager 31 copies. That's right, 31 copies. Right, so the 2,000 that you seem to be spewing out here from somewhere is just a little bit off, right? It's not even close. It's not even in the same ballpark. Now, I don't have a screenshot to prove that it was 31 copies, but it actually was, because I checked on the exact day that it came out. If you remember, I bought the book and everything like that, right? However, I do have a screenshot which shows in the first 2 weeks, at the end of the second week, the exact amount that was sold. And as you can see here, 198 after the second week. 10% of what you're claiming you sold in the first week. So when you say these claims, you know, Chris, there's evidence to suggest that it's a load of shit, right? I mean, I don't know. I can only show the evidence, right? What people choose to do with that evidence is entirely up to them. If they want to be ripped off by you, it's entirely up to them. But also, at the same time, it seems a little bit naff, for want of a better word, that you would be lying to your IFAM on a consistent basis, because, you know, I thought you'd built up a rapport with them, you know? I thought that you and they were, you know, you were tight. You were like this, right? You were same, you know, I don't want to say same and same, you know, because, you know, I don't think that they have done the things that you have done, but maybe they have, and that is why they're still there watching you on a daily basis. Anyway, I'm getting off kilter here a little bit. The point is that I think that you're lying to them. In fact, I know that you're lying to them because I've just shown that you are lying to them. So how you have the brass neck to actually just say, oh yeah, I sold 2,000 copies in the first week. It's amazing. So many people's lives have been changed. Wow, 31 copies, eh? £310 that was. Wow. How many child artists did that pay for you, Chris? Now he goes on to say, helping countless people to escape the Matrix and pull themselves out of their own money worries and live on their own terms. Well, the other thing there is, just because you sold the 31 copies in the first week, we're not even going to entertain the 2,000, right? The 31 copies, you probably didn't actually help 31 different people solve their money worries, because I know for a fact that I was one of those 31, right? Jamie Reese, he was another one, and there's probably one or two others, maybe from Tattle, that also bought it, right? But apart from that, the people that you claim are being sold and on these life-changing opportunities, how many actually have told you that you have changed their life, right? So to be making this claim, you haven't got a leg to stand on, because you're not providing any backup evidence to suggest that any of these people have changed their lives based on the 31 copies that you sold, right? Aren't you tired of having to live paycheck to paycheck? Having to get up on your alarm, got to go to your job where you have to ask permission to use the toilet? Which kind of jobs have you been to that you have to ask permission to go to the toilet? Okay, yes, I admit there are certain jobs, right? If you're working on a production line, for example, right, you do actually need to stop the line in order to go to, yeah, that makes sense, right? I'm not quite sure how many times you've worked in a factory though, Chris. I have, by the way. It's very entertaining and actually not quite as bad as you might make it out to be. So, but in general, most employers are pretty, you know, they're pretty okay about these sort of things. Just get up and go to the loo. You are entitled to bathroom breaks. You are, right? By law, right? So, limiting your free time to 2 weeks per year when you are allowed to use your annual leave. Your 2 weeks per year. 10 days? 10 days. Again, Chris, right, this throws up more questions than it's answering at the moment, because I happen to know that in the past you yourself have been an employer, right? Employing like Katrina and your mum, probably, maybe one or two others, I don't know, right? But how many holiday days did you give them if you only gave them 10 days? I'm sorry, Chris, but if you were doing that, you were doing something a little bit illegal, right? Because the majority of people, without looking it up, right, the majority of people have somewhere around about 24 to 28 days, and that doesn't include weekends, right? So you're looking at about a month, right? A month or 4 weeks or more, right? Depending on your length of time with employer. So, I know you're 2 weeks. Where's he plucked that one from? I have no idea. Weirdo. He's so out of touch with reality, isn't he? Then even when you do have leave, you can't do much with it because your salary doesn't allow for much else after you pay the bills and eat. It's very... Well, I find it quite offensive, actually, if I'm being honest with you, because a lot of people, not everybody, is so desperate to get on the holidays and go everywhere that, you know, that you're going, right? They're not all desperate to go to the Arctic. Trust me on this one. But yeah, some people are content with the amount of time that they have off and what they can do with it. And some people, get this, Chris, some people, their jobs actually pay them enough to do whatever they want, right? I know that's not the type of people you're talking to. It's the type of people you're talking about is those who are a bit more vulnerable and can be swayed by your little claptrap. Claptrap, that's an interesting word, isn't it? This special bundle edition includes the new edition of the original Escape the Matrix interactive ebook. Interactive ebook. Fucking hell. I don't recall anything that was interactive about it. Oh yeah, no, sorry, I remember now. He made the new, like a revised edition of the original, and he made it clickable. That's right. It included links that you could click on it. That made it interactive. It was very interactive. That's brilliant. Plus the new edition, Escape the Matrix for the lazy introverts out there. Oh yeah, yeah, that's me. I'm not going to buy these. I've already bought the second one, right? the lazy introverts one. That's one I bought, wasn't it? Fuck knows, it was shit. 20 different business models that you can run from home or anywhere in the world, all with zero startup costs. All can be run from a smartphone or laptop for as little as 1 to 2 hours per day. That's very true. They could all be run from 1 to 2 hours per day, but Chris, he chooses to go the whole hog and go for the 20 to 22 hour approach, right? Because if he's nothing, he is a hard worker, right? Is our Christopher. The ultimate side hustle guide you need in 2024. Why is it called a side hustle, right? Because surely if it's good enough to make you escape the matrix and all that, right, then surely it must be more than just a side hustle. It must be your main hustle, surely. No? Unless no, because you're saying that we don't need these jobs where we only get 2 weeks holiday per year and stuff like that. So why would we keep that job and go to this other job or do this other hustle and just have that on the side? You'd do it as your main hustle, wouldn't you? It wouldn't be a side hustle. Protect yourself and your family with secure, high income. Live on your own terms and never worry about money again. Well, you'd know all about the money worries, wouldn't you, Chris? You stay up 23 hours a day trying desperately to avoid Sarah ever looking at the bank statements and stuff like that. Yeah, the money worries, eh? Oh, to be free, to be like you. The divide between the have-nots and the have-yots. Did you come up with that yourself, Chris? No, you didn't. It's well known. Anyway. It's getting wider and wider. With the way the Western world is heading, this is something that is only going to get worse. So you're saying that the divide between the rich and the poor is, getting bigger and bigger. Is that what you're saying to me, Chris? I should get on this side hustle as soon as possible, is it? You need money to be free. Well, you need some money. If money buys you time, is what you said, wasn't it? I think. Anyway, the window of opportunity to get money and get yourself rich is closing fast as we plow deeper into the 2020s. Well, you think that, as years go on, there's going to be less chance to make money? I don't see how that works, because the way technology evolves is that there will be more and more opportunities to make money, not less and less, unless you jump on your little pyramid scheme down at the bottom. Yes, there's obviously less chance of making money than those at the top of your little pyramid. Am I right? That's exactly how that works. Maybe that's what you're talking about. So he ends with, stop wasting time and change your lives today. Download this insane ebook bundle now. This will never be this price again. Get the ultimate bundle from my Stan store on the link in my bio. Blah, blah, blah. Well, that was quite the read, wasn't it? Notice how he didn't put any of this shit out whilst he was in the Arctic. Probably because he had enough money to last in the Arctic, right? But now he's home, he's looked at his finances, he's had a call from his accountant and whatnot, right? So he now knows that he needs to get back on it, and he needs to get those next 31 sales, right? So good luck to him is all I can say. Good luck, Christopher. I'm surprised he's still going, actually. You've been plugging away for the last 6 months or so. You're doing well. So yeah, that wasn't all that happened in Ingham World. Sarah has been on quite a few things, right? Now, one thing I'm not going to mention is the unmentionable, which you might not know what I'm talking about, but it's unmentionable, so I'm not going to mention it, right? All I can say is that speech about the Mother's Day. No, I can't even go over it because it's very disrespectful to even talk about it, let alone do what she did, right? But what we are going to talk about is what Sarah put on Instagram recently regarding Isabel, right? And I have things to say about this. I will preface this by saying that nobody should be given Isabel hate, right? That is a no-no, obviously, but Sarah's got some explaining to do. So what Sarah put up here was the amount of time that at Isabel Ingham official. First up, please don't tag your kids at whatever. Just call them Isabel, right? That's their name. You didn't christen them at Isabel Ingham official. Anyway, just an issue that I have there, right? The amount of time Isabel has come to me over the last few weeks upset about ignorant comments is unreal. When are you people going to realise that it is not appropriate to comment on anyone's weight, never mind children, teenagers? Like, are you seriously that stupid? You've got no idea what anyone is going through, so keep your ignorant ass comments to yourself. Right. So here's issue number one that I have with this. Sarah is putting this out on Instagram for the world to see, but she clearly wants Isabel to know about it because she's tagged Isabel. Now, any mother worth their weight, right, firstly wouldn't put this on Instagram, right? They wouldn't. Just no, it's a no, right? But secondly, they wouldn't draw attention to the child in question because it would be would affect them, right? It would be a negative effect on this situation, right? So again, I will also reiterate that nobody should be giving Isabel hate or saying anything nasty towards her, right? I will say that I haven't really seen any hate that she's been getting or any really nasty comments, but this one I think is kind of on the cusp, on the precipice, right? So Sarah says, how can anyone think this is appropriate to send to a teenager you don't even know? So again, I would say there that why, you know, if it's not appropriate to send to anybody, it's not appropriate to send to anybody, not just someone you don't know. Is it okay to send it to somebody that you do know? I don't know. Anyway, that's the impression I'm getting from Sarah's little speech. She's turned 18 now, so you can say what you want, except she's not my only child you slag off about weight, is she? Animals, a lot of you. She's not the only child. She's not my only child. Slag off about her weight. I've got to say, right, I've never seen anybody slag any of Sarah's children off about her weight. Yes, people mention it, and yes, it's not appropriate to mention it, but certain aspects are kind of leaning towards the what the fuck are you doing, Sarah, as a parent? What are you doing as a parent, Sarah? You, right? And I feel like that quite often is where Sarah draws the line, because when she is mentioned in these situations, she gets angry about that. Anyway, the comment in question went like this: please get some help for your ED before you end up sectioned, sweetheart. It's clearly triggered by the lack of control in your life. Shame mum and stepdad don't give a fuck. Can you talk to your real dad? Now, I read this as a couple of things, right? Firstly, it's a sly dig at Sarah and Chris, calling Chris her stepdad. And secondly, it is saying, can you ask your real dad? Now, it's not really appropriate to be talking about her real dad because we don't know the situation with that. A lot of people think that they do. They think, oh well, he can't be any worse than you know, Chris and Sarah. But we don't know that. We don't know who he is. We don't know what he's like. We don't know what he's like as a person. We only know what Sarah herself has put out there about him. So who knows what the truth is, right? Who knows? Anyway, suggesting that she might get sectioned is completely off the scale, inappropriate. And yeah, I kind of agree with Sarah. on this one. I think this was a bad comment, nasty if you like. I think those type of comments are few and far between. Other ones are very much sort of like, we're worried about you, we're concerned about you, and things like that. However, again, talking about Isabel's weight is not necessarily appropriate, but what I will say, Sarah, I hope you've got things under control. Now this is the bit that I have a major issue with Sarah, right? Because she shows this person up for what they are, and I don't have a problem with that, but this is what she said. This absolute, I won't even say, seems particularly invested in Isabel's weight, despite not following her or anyone else in our family, commenting utter rubbish. Now, what she goes on to say here, I really have a problem with. She says, you are the reason people develop problems with eating. You are the reason girls all over the world feel insecure. You are the reason social media should be monitored. You are the reason fake accounts shouldn't be allowed. Leave her alone. So I would say no, absolutely not, Sarah, because you're saying that people like this are the reason that people develop problems with eating and girls feel insecure. No, the reason people feel insecure, get this, I know this is going to come as a shock to you, Sarah, it's because of people like you who filter the fuck out of yourselves. Jesus Christ, I know you think that you don't filter yourself, right? But it's been proven time and time and time again on your Instagram that you do, right? And this is the reason you don't do that. This is the reason you don't do that. Yes, I'm not defending this person's comment at all, but what I want to say is the reason people like Isabel or others, everyone, the reason that they have issues is because of people like you who filter the fuck out of yourselves on a daily basis, given an unobtainable level of like your look and everything, right? That's you. It's on you. Even Isabel does it. Even Esme does it. You even filter your fucking babies. Seriously, you've got a problem, Sarah. Sort it out, because everything here is on you. Then to say, oh, this person is the reason social media should be monitored. You should be monitoring social media. You should be monitoring your kids. You should be monitoring what your kids are up to on a daily basis. Do you know what Esme is up to on a daily basis on social media? It's the first time you find out that Esme is commenting shit on other people's accounts via tattle. Is that the only time you actually find out what your kids are up to, when you read it on tattle? Is that the type of mother that you actually are, or that you aspire to be? Because that is a load of actual crap, right? Sort your kids out, monitor them, find out what they're up to. If they have a problem, figure it out, sort it out behind closed doors, and don't plaster it all over social media. There is no problem with that, right? That is all on you, and I don't care what you say. Oh, people shouldn't be commenting bad things. Yes, no, they shouldn't be commenting bad things, obviously. But when you put your life on social media, when you put your kids' lives on social media, that is the line when people, you know, they come into your life then. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you even have a clue? No, she wasn't finished there, of course. She said, thank you for all your support. I let most of the shit I see go over my head, but things about my kids' weight, I'm sorry, but absolutely not. Can you believe it's these these exact people who call me and Chris bad parents? All whilst thinking it's okay to post about my kids' weight online without actually knowing a thing about them. Well, okay, if you let people into your lives a little bit more, would it be okay to call them things? No, Sarah, shut up. Shut up. Seriously. Now keep out of their personal business and leave them alone. Now this this is just so ironic, it's untrue. I don't even know if she realises just how ironic she's being here, because telling us to keep out of their personal business when you have exposed every last inch of their lives, personal, private, everything, since what, last 8 or 9 years? Do you not think that might be a bit of a contradiction, Sarah? Do what exactly you're telling people to do and stop exposing your kids' private lives, right? Unfortunately, going backwards, it's too late. Everybody knows everything that is to know about your kids, and you can't take that back. But what you can do is you can improve things going forward, right? I don't know what's going to happen with your eldest ones, your 3 eldest girls, because they've been damaged beyond the repair. But the 3 youngest ones, they've still got time. Get them into school, sort them out, you know, get them an education, get them to learn to read and write and things like that. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? Become a better parent, Sarah. That's a good idea for you, isn't there? Anyway, aside from that, you know, that's somewhere too much drama. I think I might have got a little bit hot under the collar there. Sorry about that. Anyway, they've been up to a few things recently. Most recently, Sarah had some friends over for a cuppa.
We had a lovely day yesterday. We had some friends around, and it worked out so perfect because of our friends that came. Among them, they had a 17-year-old girl, a 13-year-old girl, a 5-year-old boy, and a 2-year-old girl. So all of them were just...
My favourite part there is the fact that Sarah had to reel off the name or the ages of her so-called friends, daughters or kids, right? Because she didn't know that obviously prior to them turning up, that her friends had these kids who had the similar ages to her own kids. She didn't know that prior to them coming around. So it was good to know. It was good to find that information out. Such good friends. Were these the electrician friends or the plumber friends? Maybe it's even the HV friends, right?
Not really bought him loads. I think he's got about 9 presents or something like that, but he's got the Tony box, which was about £200, and he's also got his two main presents as well that are really big presents.
And of course it's Jace's birthday, so Sarah is showing off that Jace has got this present which is worth £200, but did you know it's not even his main gift? Now most people would say 200 quid is a lot of money to spend on a 5th birthday at all, right? But for that to be just a side gift and not the main one is just ridiculous, and it kind of puts people down a little bit. You know the stuffs by now, Sarah. You've been doing this a long time. You know that it's very insulting to people, and the way you say it is very off the cuff, like it doesn't even matter, that sort of thing.
Like, I know earlier you were saying that you feel like you don't have that much, but that's
I did. I felt like I didn't have... I think it was because one of his main presents hasn't arrived, and I feel really disappointed about that.
Yeah.
And even though he's going to love his other presents that I've got him...
Where are the presents going?
I didn't get that many. Camera cut out again. But the people are going to be saying, you know, that's way more than enough, and I know it is. I know. Children don't need presents. I know that. Children only receiving one. It should be grateful. I understand that as well. But you guys that watch our channel know what I'm like on birthdays and Christmas. Mm-hmm. And...
the funniest.
And I just felt like I didn't buy him that much compared to what I usually buy, because I bought him so many really expensive gifts.
No, I'm not gonna lie, Sarah. I know you say that, oh yeah, for us, compared to what we used to get them or what we usually get them, this isn't a lot of gifts. The thing is, Sarah, that it is a lot of gifts because it's the amount that you spend. What you're talking about there is the amount in gifts, right? The amount in gifts. So basically, you'd be happier if you spent like £50 on 50 gifts, right? Rather than £50 on one gift. So for you, there would be more there if you had bought 50 gifts for £1 each than if you'd bought one gift for £50, if you see what I mean, right? That's the way your mind works, when most people would say, right, we have a budget for our child's birthday, right? Especially if you've got many kids, you have to have a budget, right? You need to say, right, each child gets this amount. Plus, it's really not fair if you spend more on one child than another child. You know, you need to be even, right? You've got to do that. So the fact you spend £200 on one gift should be evidence enough that you know, and that's not even your main gift, as you said earlier. So this is like, you have bought a lot of gifts. You bought a lot in monetary terms. You see what I'm saying, Sarah? I don't think you get it.
Yeah. So his other ones here didn't really cost that much, but and his main one didn't arrive, which really disappointed me. I'm really sad about that. His shelf's here, but I can't give him a Tony shelf with no Tony or Tony's Tony box. This doesn't make no sense. So he's not going to get that tomorrow, but that's fine. He's going to be just as happy tomorrow. We'll give him that one day next week when it arrives.
Where are the presents going?
Playroom.
Playroom.
Anyway, I did just fish out an extra gift that Jace actually asked me for 2 days ago, and I've had this in the garage for about 2 years. At least 2 years. I think I even vlogged when I bought it, and I bet everyone was thinking she's lying because I never gave it. I bought it for Christmas, I never gave it. I didn't give it because I had too much at the time, and then I don't know why, but anyway, it's this mini trolley. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. He actually said to me like a couple of days ago, can I get a mini trolley for my birthday? And I was like, no. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I've still got that one in the garage.
I'm baffled, Sarah. I'm baffled, I gotta say, right? So, your child asked for a mini trolley, right? A toy trolley, mini trolley, I don't know, right? Apparently it must exist. Anyway, a couple of years it's been in the garage of doom, right? You didn't even know. In fact, you had forgotten, to the extent that you told him that he couldn't have one because, you know, you're not going to go and buy one. And you'd actually forgotten you even had it in. How can you buy something, keep it in, you know, stored away for that amount of time and forget you even have it? That's ridiculous, right? You know that's ridiculous. I'm surprised the thing didn't rust, right? Because most trolleys that I know would just rust. And yeah, so I find it very, very much bizarre. Now, finally, there was that incident with the gifting for the kids, right? The girls in particular. They had Granny Jane give them White Fox gifts, which I found a little bit strange that they had to do like the old sitting on the sofa, hands out, eyes closed sort of thing, surprise. I mean, Isabel is 18, she's included in this. Is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. All you have to do, right, is just behind the scenes, just give it to your kids. You don't even need to sit them down. You don't need to film it or anything. It's a shit gift, right? I'm not gonna lie. It's not for everyone, obviously, but it's just a gift. It's just, you know, you get it. Fuck me.
Go sit on the sofa.
Isabel! The White Fox package! Yes! Yes! Yes!
What do you hit, Jace?
My dogs. Yes! Yes! Look at that dog.
Jace.
Give me excited dogs.
Right.
Oh my god!
So. You're so funny, Jace. Right, guys, right. So, instead of an Easter egg this year, Granny's bought you a little treat each. But you can have it early. Because she's not going to be here on Easter. And she will be here tomorrow. And I said, don't you want to give it to myself tomorrow? She said, no, because tomorrow's about Jace. Yeah. Which is right. So that's fair enough. So, close your eyes. Right, you ready? Yeah. Right, I'm going to put something on you. Right, I'm going to just tell you to open your hands, but don't open your eyes. Isabel?
Okay. They're mine.
Jace, I actually don't have anything for you, mate.
Okay,
Isla.
So as you can see, Jace has run to the couch and he is putting his hands out ready for his gift, right? Close his eyes. He's been taught to do this. He's been trained to do this, in fact, Sarah, right? But at no point during that whole little bit there did Sarah say to anybody, these are just for the girls, right? These are just for you three. Even after Jace ran to the sofa, plunked himself there, got himself ready and everything else, she still didn't say, Jace, I'm sorry, I haven't got you anything, right? Yes, he felt he was entitled to something, but to be fair, right, he wasn't told that there was nothing for him. In fact, Sarah, in her own words, were, yeah, I've got some stuff for you guys. She didn't specify who, right? So it's fair to assume that she was talking to all of them because they were all there. Now, some people were, in my opinion, being a bit nasty, laughing at Jace, because Jace does act like that sometimes, but he's been taught to do it. He's been trained to do it since birth, right? Put your hands out, eyes closed for your surprise, and that's what, you know, he's been taught it since he could open his eyes, right? That's his entire life. And I felt it was especially cruel to have him sit there whilst the girls were giving their stuff and then to say, by the way, Jace, you're getting nothing, right? Yes, it's Jace's birthday tomorrow. He's not going to want for anything, right? Obviously. But in that instance, Sarah should have said from the outset, the three girls, these are for you. In actual fact, she shouldn't have done it in a big surprise, super duper way that she likes to do on camera. She should have just gone up to their room and said, look, it's something from Granny, right? That's all that needed to happen in this instance. But instead, we had a big show that they should really have cut out from Jace.
Isla.
What?
Isabel. Right, Isabel and Isla have actually got two. Esme, you've got one. There you go. Right. Okay. Go, okay, you can open them here. So now you see, Jace, what plant are you on? So now you see why Esme got one, because you got a hoodie.
Yeah,
they got a smaller set. Careful, Jace.
I love these hoodies so much.
That is really cute. That's very cute.
Thank you, Granny. Grandpa,
Not in the mood. They're really cute.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
Jace is literally. Oh.
And yeah, there we go. I just want to mention one further thing because it kind of concerned me when I saw the clip of it and I thought, what the actual fuck is wrong with Sarah, right? I've got to say it. It was the clip of Mila coming down on Jace's slide, the ridiculous slide that's in the playroom right now, right? Mila was stuck at the top of the slide and she said that she was scared, and Jace grabbed her ankle and yanked her down the slide very violently, and that actually shocked me, right? I'm not gonna lie, it really shocked me and worried me a lot. And Sarah's reaction to that was to laugh, yeah, to cackle away and laugh, and then point out that Mila should in fact just allow Jace to have a turn. Well, no, what should have happened was that you took Jace aside and said, right, no, you're not having a go in actual fact, because that behaviour is not acceptable. Now, Jace has been taught from a very early age again that it's acceptable to hit, throw, punch, everything else, right? Remember the incident when he was about 1, and he lobbed that thing at Isla's head. Yeah, we mentioned it at the time, and it's not got better, and he's hit Isla on camera other times and things like this. So I'm just saying that incident was a perfect example of bad parenting. Sarah, I'm sorry, you're not the perfect parent, are you? Now, I know for a fact that you're coming after me trying to prove that I'm also this horrible parent. I know it. I know. Unfortunately for you, Sarah, you're not actually going to find anything, are you? Because you're fucking useless, seriously. You know, honestly. Anyway, I just wanted to have a little discussion about the Inghams, what they've been up to, because quite a few things up there that are concerning, but to them, it's just daily life, isn't it, really? It's just what they're all about. Anyway, if you've appreciated this video, please give it a massive thumbs up, comment all of your thoughts about it down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until next time, have a brilliant day, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.